All right. Okay. We're going to just do it. How we going to do it? All right. We're here at the Oma shop, and we are welcoming a new friend that I'm so excited about. We're going to introduce you, but first, let me explain what we're doing here. We are expanding the Oma, and we are going to do something called the Oma Room. And it wouldn't make sense to start it with something that is so natural to the Oma, the beauty of what it is to be in Harlem, what it is to be a Black woman-owned business, and just, honoring all the cultural things that I love, and music, and beauty, and art is all the many things that I love. So we're going to start doing the Oma Room. And the Oma Room is going to be a session where we highlight amazing artists, amazing DJs, and just bring life and love into the Oma while sipping wine or beer or whatever it is, or water or coffee, whatever let it be. So I want to introduce you, but I want to introduce you in a specific way because I kind of have some jokes about the surname before.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Who are you? DJ Dot or you Dot? Tell me who you are.
Oh man. Well, my name is Sean.
Okay, Sean.
Yeah, my name is Sean.
Hey, Sean.
Hey, my friends call me Dot. DJ name Dottie Womack, Dotimus Prime. There's so many different ones, but just having fun with it, playing around with it. But my friends call me Dot. My mom calls me Dot. Everyone calls me.
Where did Dot come from, and why are you not using DJ in front of Dot?
Oh, well, Dot is, you don't give yourself your own nickname, right? That's pretty corny. I don't even know where it started. I don't even know, like maybe 20, 25 years ago, friends it was like S Dot, because my name is Sean, so it became S Dot. The S dropped off, it became Dot, and then everything else got added on after that. So it would be like Dot Sinatra, Dot this, Dot that. People would just make up things. But
Instagram says Dotimus Prime.
Yeah, Dotimus Prime, and that's, Transformers, just having fun with it.
I like that you didn't segment yourself into the DJ in front, because ain't nobody saying Mama Lizzie.
Right, right. No, and I never did the DJ thing simply because before I actually got serious about DJing, I never wanted to do it. I was always musically inclined. I always did music. I would curate events and curate playlists and all types of stuff, roll with my DJ friends. But I looked at a DJ as something sacred. Like I know DJs, you know what I mean? Like this turntablist and doing amazing things with vinyl and all this other stuff. No, that's not me. You know what I mean? And so I didn't want to put that out there because I felt like that the name was so much, it held so much weight, if that makes sense. Right?
Are you allowing yourself to step into that world and saying, okay, I am there?
I am now. I still don't put it in front of my name though, unless people will do it on flyers, and that's fine, but I don't usually do that.
Can I also ask you, is there a specific type of music that you DJ? Is that a thing? I guess in this era, we kind of have such a wide range of music style. Does that translate into
turntablists, which, they do amazing things. And you have like party rockers and things like that. It's just, that's when I had to come to realize that, it's okay, I can be a DJ, because there's so many different ways to approach it, right? So we call it one thing, but there's so many different ways to approach it. I know DJs that can like sit there and you may never hear them scratch or do anything incredible with the fader, but they will have the party going because they know music.
Pumping.
They know music.
Jumping.
They know when to come in. They know what's going to get the people hyped. There's people that yell on the mic. There's DJs that really, they know how to rock a crowd on the mic, and there's DJs that don't say anything. And they'll have the same effect, the same energy. You know what I mean?
I'm not trying to throw an age to it because I don't care, but what is your DJ era? What are you in the era of speed? Are you in the era of my baby? girl? Are you in what era of music are you in? Are you like, I'm from the time where bringing crates, or are you like, no, I'm all three. I'm the digital era of music. I'm in the
I do it all. I do analog. I do vinyl. I have a lot of vinyl. I find vinyl to be a lot more fun today. It's a lot more work because you're carrying a lot of records.
You seriously out here carrying records?
Yeah.
In the day of the iPhone?
Yeah.
So when you came in here, you came in with your fancy GoPro.
Don't do that.
Hashi 2000.
Hashi
2000. really outdoing my GoPro that I was
No,
so
the
excited
GoPro is
about.
wonderful.
But now you out here saying, nah, but my video
See
camera.
the amazing footage we're going to get off of this GoPro. It's vintage.
But you came and you showed me out with your Hachitaka 2000 camera. And I'm just like, maybe I need to set my technology game in, because I'm still doing claps for audio. And you're like, no, girl, there's a new way.
I think it's dope to do both, right? So I've had vinyl for years. Again, before I was taking it seriously, I had records. My mother's records, my dad's records, collected all things. Like, I'm a big fan of the 70s, you know, soul, R&B, early 80s, the Luthers, the Stevies, the OJs. Like, I love stuff like that, because it's just that music always reminds me of home, and that music always feels like community. And no matter where you are, whether it be a block party, whether it be a regular party at a certain time of night, you throw on a certain song, it transcends age. You know what I mean? It really does. It's like you'll have somebody 50 rocking and somebody 22 rocking to the same song. And that's the beauty of music. I love that. And I find that pocket, that 70s and 80s pocket, really does that. Some 90s too, but that's 70s. So is that your genre to play when you play? I play everything. But the thing I love playing like old school 70s, 80s music. Nice. But I play everything, you know. Nice. And then I play I am a big reggae head. I play a lot of reggae. People don't expect that from me, because I'm not West Indian, but I grew up in that culture. You know what I mean? Like, I grew up in Brooklyn, so yeah, Brooklyn. Enough said. Oh, it's synonymous, right? Right. That alone is. That's what I grew up with. A lot of reggae, a lot of dance hall, lovers rock, old school hip hop, because again, that's my DNA. So those things I love. And the current stuff, you know, we have a tendency as we get older, get a little more grays in the beard. We're like, the music sucks, right? But the music really doesn't suck. There's a lot of good music out here. I'm so glad you say that, because I'm trying not to be washed and get to that point. Right. But I have been. I'm just like, ooh. You know what it is? It's we don't have the time. When you really think about it, music used to be in a pocket, right? So like, you heard music on the radio. That's how you found your new music. Yeah. They would break it on the radio, or music videos. You know, that's how you would find it. You have the visual to go with it, like, oh, that's my song. That's how you learn how to dance. All of that stuff, right? Which I have a problem with this generation. I've already spoke about Nobody dance, everyone vibes. Nobody know how to dance. We'll get to that. Or ticking and talking and jocking. I was like, ooh, no. And then I learned that they put little effects to make the dance come on. Yeah, to make it look, but they're not really doing anything. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so there were only certain ways you could get to hear music. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And so when welcome. We have a barber appointment, because we are at a barber shop as well. Ira. That's just a taste. Thank you, Russ. And so now what you realize is you can get music from so many different places. Mm-hmm. So everyone doesn't even listen to the same music. So between streaming, SoundCloud, YouTube, everyone pulls their music from someplace different. So there's no universal way to get it. So if you want to hear new music, what we're used to is the radio. But if you listen to the radio, they're only playing this many number of songs a day. So, you know, you hear your 8 songs per day on the radio. And those are and it gets you. And then people go out and want to hear those same 8 songs per day. And so if you're used to a certain thing, you're like, oh, the music sucks. Mm-hmm. No, they're just giving you a pocket. Example, but it's harder to find music. Like before, it used to be, you go crate digging. You had to physically go and look for music. It is so hard to find. Who is sitting there going through Spotify or just whatever? The easiest thing, the way we shuffle now, I would say, is like Shazam. No, or put your if you have Spotify, Apple Music, or Tidal, whatever it is, play a song and put it on shuffle, and you'll find great music. You know, depending on what that genre is, you'll find things like something will catch your ear. But other than that, it's hard to actively look for music. That's why we think it sucks. You're absolutely right about that, and this kind of brings a point that thanks. Are you gonna let me speak? I agree. Yes. I agree. Mm-hmm. This also brings a point. I'm just like, I was so musically vibrant and open like a few years ago. And obviously, that is so cute. That is so cute. But hush. And obviously, so I was all into music discovery. Mm-hmm. Like, I was in an age where like every sound, every genre was just like a fun genre. Right. And I think lately I've just been so unmusically available, if that's the word. And I'm like, why is that? And it's like, I think Apple Music spoiled me to the sense that like whatever I might have heard by accident, I'll just play that same song for the whole month. Yeah. I think this summer I had 3 songs in rotation. Right. Until somebody came to my house and they put
a SoundCloud mix on, and I was just like, and then I watched the Boiler Room with Zach Fox.
Oh yeah.
And I was just like, oh my
yeah.
gosh, it was like
There's
musically
so much
stimulating, like mixing Faith Evans
yes.
with a random like house vibe,
Right.
and it was everything I've been listening to in the summer, but in a hodgepodge. And then I remember going to our good friend Tiffany from Love Lane. Shout out to Tiffany.
Shout out to Tiff.
Where
Love
you were
Lane.
DJing, and I was just like listening to music in such a unsynchronized way, and in a mix, and from a perspective that is so personal to you as a DJ, was just a new form. I don't want to just hear one song. I want to hear it. I want to hear it all. I want to hear it clumped together and revised and revolutionized, as you would say. And I wanted to just live as soundtracks in my home. I just wanted to like surround me.
Right, and that's the fun of it, right?
The fun of it.
The fun of it. It just, even as a DJ, the fun is making songs go together, right?
Yes.
Telling the story while making songs go together. It's like, oh, this song and this song are not supposed to go.
Yes.
And being able to stitch those together and have people be like, yo, that's crazy. That's the highlight for me, to be able to do that, right? Just to experiment with it at the same time. And then playing songs. Another big part of it was going to parties back in the day. I have never requested music from a DJ.
Yeah.
Like you would go to the party, right? And so if the DJ played something you didn't know, if it sounded hard, you're like, yo, what is that? And then they would never tell you. So this is pre-Shazam and so you're like, I don't know what that is.
You gotta hope to hear it again.
I hope to hear it again, or you're following this DJ around and hopefully like, maybe I'll recognize it this time or whatever. But you never really requested music. Now we're in an age where people are walking in wanting to hear what they want to hear immediately.
How do you feel about that?
I hate it.
Yeah, so you tell people to
passionately.
Shut up. Shut up.
Sometimes it depends on how they come at you, but it's become so, they come to you with their phones in their hand, with their Spotify playlist or their title playlist, and they like play this, and they do all that stuff. So they don't allow for even their own experience. They don't allow for their own experience to be what it could
entitled?
Be. I mean, we're in an age where it's like that, though, isn't it? We want everything right now. We're in a microwave age,
is not
right?
Amazon.
There's no slow cooking now, though, right? No. When you really think about it, everything is microwavable, everything is ready to order, everything is this. And so why wouldn't music be the same thing?
I do eat my food now, that's true.
So yeah, it's the same thing. So you just want what you want immediately. So the song you just heard when you parked your car, you want to hear the continuation of that same song as soon as you walk. Not build up. Now, I've been in spaces where the party starts at 8, someone shows up at 8:15, and they want the 1 a.m. song. You know what I mean? Like the song that sets everything off. Like, no, play it now. No. Have a drink.
Have a drink.
Enjoy yourself.
Sit down.
Listen.
Let's bring that back.
Yeah, experiences are missing.
And I think that's why I'm so excited about the Oma Room. Just being able to have people sit down and have a drink, relax, vibe in their seat, or, shows are bouncing, standing up, and really focusing on the craft that you're providing us, or just the art and the culture experience you're providing that I can't get in my house, that I thought that I could.
That you thought
I only had 3 songs on repeat.
But that's we have our own limitations, right? Like, I love these songs, so I'm gonna listen to these songs, and how do I get up out of that, right? And also, everything doesn't have to be a turn up, right? So everything doesn't have to be this. We're at level 10 on. There's space for so much dope music, so much just stuff you would really enjoy, stuff that speaks to your soul if you'd allow it to. But we don't make space for experiences. We make space for content. We make space for creating TikTok, and we make space for all of that, because I've seen it where music is becoming as disposable as anything else, fast fashion and everything. So a song will come out and it's like, this song is hit. You have to play this song. 2 weeks later, you play the exact same song and everyone's like,
dub.
Why are you playing this?
Yeah.
It's over. Like, how's a song done in 2 weeks?
Sad.
It's crazy. And even
a song play a whole year,
right?
Whole summer, whatever that summer song is, it might last for 2 summers.
Right. And even when the song is hot, they don't want to hear the song. They want to hear the first verse. They want to hear the hook. Everyone picks up their phones and goes like this. Ooh. If you go into that second verse, it's not an experience of loving the music. It is really about content. And I'm at the hottest spot, listen to the hottest song, we're in the hottest fashion. It's all become a part of just this fast fashion content kind of thing. And music is just not supposed to be like that. Not saying it doesn't contribute to that, because music is an art. It's a part of that. It's a part of fashion, design, it's all of that, but it's not just that. You know what I mean?
I would love for this place to be the space to provide, someone who's here to embrace it for its full everything, and someone's here to not bring their phone out.
Right.
To really engulf all that we have to give and leave this
moment.
Space and say, "Ooh, that was a good moment."
Yeah.
And pocket it in the way that they need to.
I had a
and not
good
even.
time.
I don't even need. Yeah, I had a good time.
Right.
I had a really, really, really good time.
Right.
Right. That's
time.
it.
Yeah, and we need more spaces like that. We have spaces that may start out that way, but dollars make sense and they they switch over to something else. But we do need more of that. In DJing, I found people that want more of that. But then where do you go? Because no matter what, even if you're like, say you enjoy me as a DJ and you want to come, like, I'm going to try to play everything. I play what I love. And I also realize I have to play things I don't necessarily like.
Okay.
But you work it out. Like, all right, 2 for you, 1 for me. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you 2, I'll take 1 back for myself.
Do you find yourself incorporating the newer artists in your sets?
I do. And it depends on, because the crowd can be so diverse. Sometimes it works. And sometimes you can look at the crowd and be like, I don't think they're going to enjoy this. But you'll let one go and you'll be surprised. Like, there's been times where I can't play anything from 1990, anything in this crowd. And then I want to hear it. Right? So I'm in a space where I want to hear it. So like, okay, I gave y'all 15 songs. I'm going to take 1 for myself. And then I'll play that song. And people turn around and be like, oh, okay, we can do that. But you have to, it's an experiment. Like, to think that every song that you play is going to make everybody dance the whole night through is crazy. And it's too much pressure to put on yourself. So you have to experiment with it. Like, I know the songs that'll get people moving. I know the songs that I like to hear. And I know there's some new music out here that's pretty dope. So how can we implement all of this? And figure it out. Because sometimes you have to get into that new song and let the beat hit them, and they're like, I don't know what this is. Bring it back once or twice, and then they're like, oh, they feeling it a little bit, but then go into something they know.
What genre of our new age music do you think that you fall into? I mean, is Amapiano is the South African thing?
People are gonna beat me up.
Tiffany is. Tiffany.
Yeah. Tiffany always does that. You better not play. All right.
Tiffany and my husband are like, nah, on the Afrobeat. Me being Nigerian, it is what it is. I love old classic. Like, I love the stuff. You too? I love the stuff that my parents play, like old Nigerian. I like Afrobeat now too.
I like the Igbo Taylors and the Felas and the things like that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Lajado sisters. I love.
Yes.
And I love, what South Africa has to give. I love what the West. I love music. Yeah. But I think it's something about like hearing the older versions of it, or even like how I love Amapiano so much, but just because of the beat and the bass, and it just reminds me of a house.
It reminds you of house, and that's the thing. So I have friends that think I don't like Afrobeat or Amapiano.
If you don't, it's okay.
No, I actually do. I've come to realize I don't generally like the people who like it. Right. Sure. And so what I mean by that is it's become trendy.
Same.
So people don't even like how we're talking about the older stuff.
I hate a trend.
You love it. It's a trend for people.
I hate a trend.
So even when they say Afrobeat, what they mean is Burna Boy. As an example, and then not saying there's anything wrong with that, but what they mean is Burna Boy. So if you throw on some Afrobeat and you're literally playing it and they're looking at you like, when are you going to play what I know, as opposed to experiencing the music? And that's the part that bothers me, because there's so much, like you said, there's so much out here, and everyone's getting on that trend. But then people don't really, again, you're not experiencing the music. You're listening to who you think is high, whether it be a Wizkid, a Burna Boy, or whatever, a Tyler, whatever it is. It's like, this is what's hot right now. But there's so much more music. There's music that don't have artists. They're just producers.
Yeah.
And they make incredible stuff for you to just dance to. But the plus part about particularly Amapiano is it's become the new dance music. It's become almost like a replacement of R&B. I think that's why it gets played. Because when you think about it, what R&B songs today
I don't have any
make you move? Right? Like move, like feel it and move. Like a back in the day Michael Jackson, Baby Be Mine. Yes. Everybody's moving. You know what I'm saying? Pretty Young Thing. Everybody's moving. Yeah. What current song is that? R&B almost feels like hip hop.
Yeah.
So part of the reason, not that it's not dope, but part of the reason it's become so trendy or on trend is because it's a space to move, right? There's no other music that makes you move. like we said, everyone doesn't dance. People,
Shoulder
they
drop.
bob, and then when it's time to really dance, they really don't know how to put their hands and their feet together
It's getting
because
a
they
little
don't.
sloppy.
Right, they look crazy because
Yeah.
they're not used to it. It's a vibe. Everything's a vibe, but not a party. Not
Let's
just
kill that word.
letting yourself go and enjoying yourself. And Amapiano provides that, and I understand why it is where it is because it fills a gap that we don't have. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no R&B that really makes you move, and if it is, no one's listening to it. It's not getting played on the radio. It's not, and everyone's, it's not in their periphery.
Damn.
You know what I mean? So you have to sneak them in on it.
Damn. That's so true. I know.
It sounds sad, right?
It does sound sad. It's like, growing up, you knew every artist.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that you played, you know the name. You
Right.
knew the track number it was on. And I'm realizing, like, I don't know. I hear songs, but I have no idea who's playing it. I just know the song. Like, I don't even attribute it to, like, the artist itself. I just hear, like, oh, yeah, I know that song.
Right.
But I don't know who.
But you don't know what album it's on. You don't know anything.
I don't even know the artist.
Because, again, the experience is there. So you think about when you bought music, whether it be vinyl, CD, you physically had to go get the music. Like, there was no, let me just download it on my phone, right? If it was a new song that played on the radio, if you missed it, you had to wait for it to come around on the radio again. If you missed a song and you had to go to school or to work, and everyone's talking about this song, and you're sitting there like, because you haven't heard it, because there's no place to catch it. So now you feel like, damn, I'm a sucker.
Could not come to school without knowing of the note. My very first, when I say mine, with my allowance money, was when I had my sister. She says, I'm going to downtown Brooklyn. What CD you want? So I was like, oh, you're going to downtown Brooklyn? All right, can you?
Was she going to Beach Street?
I don't know.
Oh, okay,
I was too young. I was way too young, but I knew that I was so engulfed. I think about it now. I was like, I was so engulfed in music. Like, I knew all the Biggie lyrics and the Tupac lyrics. Right. If I tell you how old I was when I was singing it, I was like, "Ooh, this is abuse. That's child abuse."
I wasn't supposed to be listening to this.
I knew it, and I love it. I look at my daughter now. I was like, "Yo, you don't know any of the lyrics to the songs you listen to? She don't even know music."
Right.
But that's another thing. But my first cassette was Usher, Nice and Slow.
Nice.
And it was, I think, $5 because it was all I had, and it was just a single, Nice and Slow, and I put it in, and I felt so accomplished. I remember what the cassette card looked like, and that was just my thing. I think about that every day.
Because it was an entire experience. Like, you had to go get the album, or even if your sister got it.
Yeah.
When you got it home, you have to physically unwrap it.
I was like, this is mine.
You have to unwrap it. You have to take the music out and place it in something. You have to press play. There's artwork that you get to look at. There's liner notes you get to read. There's it's an experience. It's a full experience, and it's completely different than, like, let me download this real quick.
What was your first piece of music that you purchased on your own?
Oh man, I can tell you the first piece that was the first piece of music I purchased on my own. Alvin and the Chipmunks.
What?
Christmas album.
Really? Oh, you're a good kid.
Yeah. No, and then but I was a kid. You know, I was a kid.
But I'm saying, like, that age, which you bought that is when I bought Usher, probably.
Yeah, it was like a kiddie music.
Nice and slow.
And I remember what my mom got me for my birthday was Michael Jackson, Thriller. That was my first album, that, like, my adult album, Michael Jackson, Thriller. She got me that for my birthday, and I remember when Thriller came out, again, because it's the other thing that used to happen, music would sell out. You would have to wait for them to press up new things. Does that happen
today? Like, how can music sell out?
It
can't, right?
It's in the ether.
It's
right? It doesn't sell out.
That's a stupid question. Yeah, it can't sell out.
Unless you, like, specifically looking to get vinyl, or specifically, but you always have a place to access it. Yeah. Michael Jackson's Thriller was nowhere to be found, and my mother found that for my birthday, and I was like, oh. that was my girl, right? Like, for me, that was the first album that I received, and I was like, I feel like I'm popping.
Something.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm popping.
Right.
Yeah, it was that. It was that.
We don't even have the closet space to store our music now.
No.
Period.
No.
It's wild.
No, nothing. Okay. None of that.
I'm not trying to sound like some old, like, anti person.
But you know what it is? It lends toward why music is important, why it was important, and probably why we look at it differently than kids do today. Because, you had to have a place to store your music. There was a point where the stereo was a centerpiece of the living room, not TV.
Yeah.
Your stereo had to be popping. You know what I mean? It was an investment. Your stereo had to be popping. And if you had the decks, you got 2 tape decks. Your family rich, right? Your family's rich.
Yeah.
So you had the vinyl, you had the tape deck, Some of them had the reel. But the system was a central part of the living room space because what? You played music. Everybody knows about Saturday morning getting up and your mama playing the music and y'all doing your chores. You know what I mean? Getting you music is an integral part of our lives. And I think the reason why it's not about being old, I think it's just about understanding what music really means and watching it turn into something else before our eyes.
It was an architectural structure in your home.
Yes.
So my godfather, may he rest in peace, he had a whole wall unit, and I didn't know what that meant.
Right.
Like in
his... he was rich.
No, he wasn't.
Okay. No, that's good.
Because he lived in the projects of the project, and I'm like his bedroom, and he was also my babysitter. I love him so much. I remember his room and his sofa and his TV and his wall unit was like his whole entire asset. That was the whole house. And I don't think now I'm thinking like maybe it was a studio, but like that's all he needed. His bed, his wall unit, music cassette player, stereo, double decker in the projects. He didn't even have good lighting in there. He was like back facing like an alley in the Bronx. And I just remember like that was such a staple. And all the pictures that I see of like me and my siblings and our fake god cousins, it was always his music system in the back of our pictures in the 90s with boogers in my nose.
It's a central part. That's us as a people, music and the kitchen. We all congregate in the kitchen. Even when we have a living room, right? It's the music in the kitchen. No matter what, if you have a house full of people, everyone's in the kitchen. Picking the pot, sitting at the table. We're in the kitchen talking. We're in the kitchen congregating. That's what we do, right? And music is always a central part of that. And that's why we feel so funny about it, because you see kids being brought up and they have no idea what music is actually supposed to be, and not how it's supposed to sound, not it's your new music, but like what it's supposed to mean to you. It's disposable. And I think that's why we react how we react as older people. You know what I mean? Because we're like, this is not disposable. It's not disposable. Are you crazy? You know what I mean? Right, because it's supposed to draw you to a moment. It's supposed to draw you to a memory. You can attach whatever song you hear, you can attach it to a moment. That's music, right? And so it's totally different now if you can just press play. You know, if you haven't heard a song and you can press play while you're on the toilet. That's not an experience. You know what I mean? Because you can remember when you were in the car with your girls in college, or you're playing a song, or a breakup, and you had a song that you needed to hear to get you through something, or a party when you first heard a song and how everyone responded. Those things stay with you
forever.
So when you're in this moment,
like it comes with a smell, it comes with a sound,
it comes with a smell, it comes with a touch, it comes with everything, it comes with a taste, all of it, right? I'm drinking beer that I shouldn't have been drinking at this age, but it reminds me of this, right? Old English.
Up late at night with my family, with my parents, and I was supposed to be sleeping.
Right. It reminds me of a smell like, are they downstairs smoking? Is that smoking the weed?
Yeah.
Like you smell certain things, right?
You smell something burning.
It's an association, and so that becomes messed with or tampered with when you can just press play anywhere. There's no experience in that. There's no experience in being on a bus and saying, "Oh, I haven't heard the song."
Yeah.
There's no experience in just sitting in your house and going like that. You don't associate it with anything, so it's become disposable in the ether.
Well, we're gonna bring it here, and we're gonna have that experience at the Oma Room with that in this barbershop hair braiding experience. While I don't drink wine, but while some people drink wine, non-alcoholic, whatever, teas. We're going to have you, and you're going to bring that home experience and those sensories.
I'm going to do my best. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm so looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We're going to have a good time.
I'm excited. We're going to have a really, really
Because again, we need more spaces to experience a good time, to experience music, to like, oh, what's that song? Or to go, yo, I haven't heard that song since. Those are the best times ever. When people come up and can tell you something like that, that's when you know you're on to something.
We're going to let the music hug us.
And the Oma Room is going to do that.
And the Oma Room is going to do it. Thank you, Dad.
No, thank you. And I'm honored to be like the first, all inaugural.
And not the last.
And not the last.
Zizi's sleeping now.
Okay, cool.
After all those sounds.
She was waiting to ask her questions.
Yeah, she's like, oh, but
you just kept talking over her.
One eye open. Yeah, let's go to sleep. All right.
Dope.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was cool.
That was so cool.
Look at that.
Thank you.
See what happens when you freestyle?
All the time. All the time. I hope that the sound is fine for me, but if not, it'll come out of you. Yeah.